I'm about to record, and that happens. First off, what a game, guys. But before I get started, obviously not recording in the same location. My town, that's a power line. My town, Augusta, Georgia, got absolutely smacked by Hurricane Helene. A tornado came up out of it too. I'll put a clip in real quick.
We'll be able to tell in just a second.
But yeah, guys, it's absolutely crazy. So I'm taking some food to an old Vietnam vet that I know down the road. But as far as nitty gritty goes, we won't be fully operational until probably about Wednesday or Thursday. At least that's when I think we're gonna have power. They're working back there. That's as of a couple hours ago. What a game, guys. What a game. First off, Jalen Milroe, he looks like a completely different animal this season. And in that first quarter, especially in the scripted plays that the Alabama OC had dialed up for Georgia, he did such a great job putting those linebackers in distress early in the game where they weren't really a factor. And they weren't a factor up until the second half. First off, Alabama in the first quarter, they came out on fire. Georgia, on the other hand, they came out with their feet in the mud, like they did against Kentucky. And you saw what happens when you do that against a good team. Against a team of the same caliber, you can't do that. Now, Georgia obviously got adjusted. It was just too late. How they used Jalen Milroe in the run, in the red zone, beautiful. Beautiful execution. They were putting the linebackers for Georgia in conflict the entire game with the motions, the different formations, making them a non-factor. You know, the linebackers, C.J. Allen and Smile Munden, they weren't really doing much of anything. And really the entire defense wasn't, but the play calling and the scripted plays for Alabama was absolutely beautiful. That Georgia defense, I mean, we knew that they weren't what they have been, but guys, they couldn't get it done for nothing in the first half. Georgia's offense, on the other hand, Carson Beck, I mean, he was off the entire game. Now, he looked good for a spurt in the second half, but his deep ball accuracy for the entirety of the game was subpar at best. Throwing the ball behind receivers, making them having to go get it. And the receivers, for the first half, Lovett was the only guy who could get anything done. And I'm wondering, where's Bell? Where are these other guys? But obviously in the second half, they stepped up, I think, once they got settled in. But you don't have time to settle in whenever you're playing the schedule, guys. You can't settle in the first 5-6 games until you got to worry about the SEC. It's September, right? And you're playing Alabama at Alabama. You got to wake up. You got to be ready from the go. That Alabama defense did a great job. Have Carson Beck rushed, worried about the rush. Look, they were giving a pressure look on defense for the entire game, whether they were bringing it or not. Doing a great job disrupting Carson Beck's timing. And, I think that his ball accuracy, that was a major factor in it. And Kirby Smart's a great coach, guys. In the second half, they came out and they adjusted both offensively and defensively with a different look defensively, trying to stop that run, that quarterback run from Jalen Milroe, but he's just too explosive. I have not seen a runner that good in college since Lamar Jackson. And I'll put him up there with Vic, Lamar, and really that's it from who I know. I mean, as a runner, I don't think it gets more elite than that. And with his pass accuracy that he's had so far this season, he's looking like I said, my Heisman favorite. But nonetheless, it wasn't enough. And I think if they played again, Georgia wins. Now, will they play each other again? That's to be seen. Georgia's going to have to handle business against Texas, handle business against Tennessee. Pretty sure they got to play Ole Miss as well. Alabama's going to have to, handle business on their side too. But Alabama's in the driver's seat right now for the SEC. Georgia's still in control of their own destiny, especially with this 12-team playoff. And like I said, I do feel like if they played again, that they would win just because of the adjustments that they made and that, how bad Georgia played and what the score was reflects on how good of a school Georgia is, pretty much. And nonetheless, because of the adjustments that Georgia made and how bad they looked and how tight the game was on the scoreboard still and how they fought back, if they played again, I think Georgia would win. Now, will they play again? That's to be seen. That's my immediate reactions, guys. I'm going to do another breakdown, more detailed, with Georgia fan who picked Alabama, Knox, and probably another Georgia fan that we've had on the channel multiple times, a familiar face. So we'll see some Georgia Bulldog fans' reaction to the game. And an interesting perspective from Knox in the preview and prediction for why he picked Alabama to win as a Georgia fan. But nonetheless, just stay tuned for that, guys. Subscribe to the channel and stay tuned so you can get updated on what the F we're going to be doing until we get back. But until then, we'll see y'all later.